If we take a second to actually think about how things work, we will come to the conclusion that we don't fully understand what is going on and we just wing it. A lot of people, I'm not bashing anybody, I'm not calling anybody out, this is how it is. A lot of people, they want to go through life and think that they're better than what they are. They're better than the next person. I give people experiences from my life. What was that? I, uh, I try to give you experiences of my life so that you don't have to go through things. You don't have to go through it. You don't have to experience it, but you can still learn a lesson from it. I've always gone around trying to figure out what message the Father have for me today. What does He have for me today? And who is it going to come through? What form is it going to be? What form is it going to be in? What is the message of today? What's the objective of today? I'm going to learn something today from Father. He's going to teach me something today. I've seen my life like that for years, decades. And when I get on, I try to do videos, try to help people out. Just give you a message of hope, of peace, of strength, from God. I mean, it's just, I give situations that I've been through. And people want to look down on me because, yeah, I've been to group home, I've been to juvie, I've been to a residential treatment center, I've been to jail, I've been to prison, and they want to judge me for that. And see, I don't tell you the last one because I just wait for all that hate to come out. Show your true colors, show your true character, how much better you are than me because I've been to these places. Okay? Tell me how much you are better than me. Well, I've never been there. I've never done this. I've never done that. Yeah, but you hated on people, so that's the same sin as whatever it was that got me into whatever these places of what you're assuming that I went there for because I was a troublemaker or I did whatever. So once they get done judging me, I tell them, I've also been to the kingdom of God. And they look at me because they've never been there. They know about juvie. They know about jail. They know about residential treatment centers. They know about prison. But they don't know about the kingdom. Why is that? In 2003, March 27, 2003, Father blessed me. Oh, that was a blessing. Oh my goodness, was that a blessing. It was the morning that my grandfather passed away. And I'm gonna go right through the scenario. I'm gonna let you guys know exactly what happened. All right, this is the truth. So I get married on March 22nd, 2003. I got married. Never went on a honeymoon. My wife was totally cool with us not going on a honeymoon and instead going to the hospital and staying with my grandpa. And we did that every day for a week. Every day. Now, we were still working. She was working split shift. I'm working, 8 hours, whatever it was, 8, 10 hours, whatever it was. Still have our oldest boy, at the time he was only child. And we're running back and forth, hospital work, hospital work, hospital work, hospital work. Oh my goodness, man. Oh my goodness. Somehow we put like 5,000 miles in the car that week. I don't know how, but we did. And it was just a crazy week, very crazy. The whole time that I was in the hospital, I didn't go into the room. The initial night I went in the room when we got married. I showed my grandpa. the videotape of our wedding. That's why it was recorded. I wanted to show my grandpa. So I took it up there, showed my grandpa. That was awesome. And I went in, he got transferred over to another room because dementia's really started setting in hard, really hard. I'm not going to get into what all happened to my grandpa because I'm not going to talk about that. I don't even want to think about it. So I'm not going to get into everything. But anyways, I never went into the room when my grandpa, because he got switched over to another room. So I didn't go in there, and everybody thought that it was just, a whole bunch of people in there, and that's why I didn't want to be in there. But no, I went into the chapel. I went into the chapel because there's something that I know that I don't know if, any other people know, but there's something I know that we can do is we can talk to people without saying a word. So I went into the chapel and I'm concentrating on Father. Father's in my life. He occupies my life. So I'm talking with Father and I'm like sending messages to my grandpa. I'm talking to my grandpa, and a week goes by, and on March 26th, 2003, I leave, it's another night, I leave and I get down the road. I looked at my wife. I'm like, I never said goodbye. I never said goodbye. I gotta go back. I know we're miles away, but I gotta go back. I never said goodbye. So we drove back to the hospital and I just walked right in the room, just started like pushing past people, grabbed my grandpa by his hand and thanked him for everything. Everything. And I told him, I'll see you at home. And I left. I get home, and for some reason, it was just, I made it to the living room, and the cushions were on the floor. I think my lab had pulled them off the couch and stuff like that, but whatever it was, I made it to the living room floor just inside the front door, and I crashed hard. I was just, as soon as I hit the floor, dude, I was out. I couldn't make it no more. I couldn't even make it up the steps, dude. I was beat. I was whooped. I was done. So I'm out. Okay. All I remember is laying on the floor. Okay. Next thing I remember is I'm walking through the driveway of the entrance to the hospital that my grandpa's at. And as I'm walking up the driveway, there's like an ambulance spot right here. And there's like where the ambulance drives back in, whatever. But the emergency room is right here. But they're wheeling my grandpa up this ramp where these vehicles drive, maybe for the coroner or whatever, I don't know. But they're wheeling him up on a gurney covered by a white sheet. And it was two people in white clothes, like, I can't say like lab coats because they were way longer than lab coats, like touching the ground lab coats. It was just kind of weird. And they brought my grandpa out and then sat him this way and uncovered. He was fully covered by the white sheet. They uncovered half of him because one dude grabbed one side of the sheet, the other dude grabbed the other side, and they just, they kind of just pulled it up over. And my grandpa started to sit up. And I'm like, Grandpa, no, lay back down. And I'm yelling at these people, you got to take him back inside. He's got a hole in his chest. You got to take him back inside. You got to fix him. And they never looked at me. They just walked away. And my grandpa's saying, I'm okay, son. I'm okay. And it was just like he was getting up, getting out of bed. Because, literally, the gurney, but it was like he was perfectly fine. I'm like, Grandpa, no, you got a hole in your chest. He's like, I'm okay, son. I'm okay, son. I'm good, son. And that's what he kept telling me. And I'm like, Grandpa. He's like, I'm good, son. And by this time, he's already up out, and we're walking. Now, we start walking across the parking lot this way. And as we get into the parking lot, because it was like I could see the blacktop. As we were walking through the parking lot, it was just nothing but white the whitest fog I had ever seen. It was just billowing. It was just coming straight for us. And before I knew it, I was in the thickest fog I had ever seen. And it looked like it was rolling. You know what I'm saying? It was rolling down. But then again, it looked like we were moving up, like we were going up. And then way up, like if this screen was my vision, way, way, way up here was a little red. It was something red glowing with something gold glow. It was a red glow underneath a golden glow. And it was way up there. And I could tell it was coming down. It's coming down. And as it's coming down, it's getting closer and it's getting bigger. And I'm looking at this, the best way I can describe it was an escalator. You know what I'm saying? Like an escalator type of thing. But it's not the steps and the stairs that like are pictured, like everybody sees in pictures, like the clouds and the stairs. It's nothing like that. It's not like that. It's just they're billowing, and each billow is like a step. I mean, it's mind-blowingly, amazingly awesome. I don't really know how to describe it. About halfway up, I took my eyes off of the red and gold that was coming towards us. And I looked at my grandpa, because we are sharing memories. Like, I have memories of me and my grandpa has memories of him and me. Now our memories are like of the same event, but I'm sharing my memories with my grandpa, and my grandpa's sharing his memories with me. Like, we are just totally just staring at each other. And I noticed that he's not human anymore. He's not human anymore. He is white. He's white, and he's glowing white. And I just looked down at him. You know, not like down on top of him like this, but I just looked down and like seeing like his whole white raiment. And I kind of looked at myself, like, once I got looking down, I moved over, I looked at myself, and I could see I'm glowing white too. I'm glowing white too. Now our conversation has never stopped. It's going. It's like fast forward. You know what I'm saying? It's like there's no break. There's no stop. It's like constant sharing of information until there was like no more information left in my grandpa. It's like nothing. And before I realized it, like at the end, like when I realized we're done, okay, there's no more information to be shared, okay, I'm looking at a huge, monstrous, glowing red brick. And I'm at the corner of this building, and it's like, wait a minute. So I look, like, I'm at the corner right here, and I look down the building, and dude, I mean, if you look at it like human size, like put me human, and like I'm small down here, and then like, dude, the kingdom is huge, dude. It is huge, huge, and it's glowing red like no neon I've ever seen before. I'm a professional artist. I do custom paint jobs that other people haven't done before, and I can't replicate that. A buddy of mine is one of the top 5 counterfeiters in the world, and I've tasked him with doing some stuff, and unknowingly, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, try to do this, and he doesn't know why I'm trying to do it. I just want to see if we can match the colors. I just want to see if we can match something. And I've never been able to do it. Since 2003, I was trying for about 10 years and I just gave up. Dude, I ain't even trying no more, man. But I was just seeing if we can replicate it. You know what I'm saying? Is it possible to replicate those colors? That color red. And it's a color red that I have never seen before, but it is the purest red. You know what I'm saying? It's a pure color. I don't know, man. It's just, it's unreal. And then I looked up. And looking up was just like looking up. You know, like, dude, it is monstrous. And I noticed that there was a golden glow above it. Like it was emanating from, like emulated from the inside of it. Like it was just unreal. Unreal. So I'm at the corner, and like I said, I looked down that way, I looked up, and I looked down this way, and my grandpa's over here, standing in front of a golden gate. And there was someone else there. I don't know who that was because, like I said, I was here, and this place is huge. The kingdom is huge. And so my grandpa was a distance away from me. And he says, "I'll see you later, son." I said, "Bye, Grandpa. See you later." And then as soon as, like my grandpa walked in the gate, as soon as he got in, the gates closed. Like they were kind of closing. And then, but I don't know if they closed because the kingdom fled real quick. Real quick. It was like poof. Because it's not like it poofed like a dream type of thing, but it went away. It went straight back up in the same direction it came from, but way faster than what it came down. Way faster. And it was like I was stuck in this cloudy fog. I didn't have a sense of falling or anything like that. It was just everything got cloudy, like foggy. And then I was woken up by the phone ringing right next to me. I still have no clue how the phone got next to me because it's not where we kept the phone. Phone's ringing. I answered it up, or I picked it up and answered it, and it was my mom. She said, "You're the first person I'm calling. I'm calling to let you know Grandpa just passed away." And I said, "I know, Mom. He's good. He's good. He's home." I said, "So you can call everybody else and you can tell them Grandpa's home. He's good. He made it. He's good." And my mom said, "I love you." I said, "I love you too. Just make sure you tell everybody he's good." She says, "All right, I'll talk to you later." And we hung up. People want to judge me because Father placed me in the trenches, in the pits. And when I started off, I went to juvie, I was kidnapped. It was ruled by the courts, Pennsylvania courts, that I was kidnapped. A lot of people got fired. A lot of people got arrested. But to a lot of people of the world, I must have been a juvenile delinquent. I deserved it, right? Because not only did I go to a group home, but I went to a detention center, went to a residential treatment center. I'm like, yeah, and everybody that was there got arrested. Everybody who had anything to do with me got arrested because they all covered up my kidnapping. Why would they kidnap me? Well, it's because I spent years out on the streets trying to wake people up that God is real, and so is Jesus Christ. And the vast majority of the public does not want to hear that. They don't want to hear it. Even though these people go to church once a week, they consider themselves Christians, they don't want to hear it. How dare a 15-year-old come out and say all this stuff because you haven't lived your life, little 15-year-old. How do you know God? I'm twice your age, and I should know more than you. Because I gave God my whole life when I was a kid. Knowingly. Once I found out about Jesus, bet, dude, it's on. That's all she wrote. That's all she wrote. And I've been spending my whole life telling people about things that have happened in my life because the demons keep working through people. So maybe if I expose or maybe if I clarify things that happen in my life and how things work and how these evil ones come at you, maybe you guys will be better off. You'll be more prepared. Or maybe it might wake those people up that are actually letting the demons work through them because they're hating on everybody. And then, dude, it's the same thing that happens to me. I tell you, I've been in a group home. I've been in a detention center. I've been in a residential mistreatment center. I've been in jail. I've been in prison. So I must be a bad guy, right? Then how come after all of that, Father still took me home to the kingdom? He still showed me his kingdom. He still blessed me. How come after I've been to the group home, detention center, the residential treatment center, jail, and prison, how come Father still brought me home? How come? How come? I'm not hating on people, man. But when the people hate on me, dude, just give me an answer. If I'm such this criminal, if I'm such this bad guy, dude, Father told me I was going to prison. He told me I was going to prison. And when I went to prison, my sole objective in that prison was to rid the prison of evil. And if you guys want to really look at what I did, let's do a TikTok survey. How many inmates have been escorted out of the state prison by the state troopers? Because the prison, they didn't want me there anymore. I tried to max out. I have every right to max out. Now, they brought the state police in to remove me. They gave me parole and said, get out, get out. And I'm like, nope, you guys kept me here for all this time. My thing ain't done. I'm doing this, man. I'm doing this. They said, no, you must leave. You got to leave. You're talking about God way too much in here. Don't you know this is prison? Yeah, I know, man. Everybody in here needs God, including the COs. But see, if I would have stayed maxed out, like I'm glad that right now I'm glad that they kicked me out and they brought the state police in because I wasn't leaving otherwise. And the state troopers came in and I'm like, all right, man, I ain't giving you guys a hard time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't disrespecting you, dudes. You guys have nothing to do with this. You're just doing your job. That's it. You're just doing your job. I can respect that. So, okay, let's leave. I mean, they don't want me here. I thought they wanted me here. They gave me 5 years, 4.5, and I'm good. So if I would have maxed out, I would have missed that opportunity with my grandpa. Because just a few months after I got out, that happened. And people can't tell me why or how God's going to allow this big criminal, this big dude that has no relationship with him, who doesn't know, I don't know what I'm talking about according to the world. I'm not godly according to the world. I have a bad attitude according to the world. But the world can't tell me how come I've been through all of this and then Father blessed me with a trip home. And then he blessed me with a trip back so I can tell you guys. But I'm the hater, right? I'm the hater. I'm the guy I don't know what I'm talking about. I've lived with demons for 6 years, almost 6 years. 3 of them. And I don't know what I'm talking about. I've been teaching people how to use our energy and how to do different things and what we really are for almost 3 decades now. But I don't know what I'm talking about because I've been in juvie, I've been in jail, and I've been in prison. If Father told you you were going there, would you listen to him? Would you follow Father? Would you take him with you? See, a lot of people want to judge people and say, oh, you went to prison and you found Jesus. Oh, yeah, you was a born-again ex-con. Well, you ain't even with Jesus because you knocking these other people. You're knocking the people that are saying that they're with Jesus. You didn't ask God, God, is this person really with you? Father, is this my brother? Is this my sister? No, you just went to hate mode, thinking that you're with God. Hypocrite. Come on. Let's wake up, people. We need to wake up. There's a lot more people out there that have way more life experiences than you. And I know people that have had more, I know people have had more life experiences or different life experiences than me. But if you have more life experiences, like worse than me, bro, oh my goodness, you've been blessed, bro. If you're still alive, sis, still alive, keep the faith, stay strong. Oh my goodness. Because God's got me through everything. 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 Every day of my life, Father has gotten me through it. And I acknowledge that. And a lot of people out there in the world, they're Christians, and they don't even thank God when they wake up in the morning. They don't even thank God throughout the day for the meals that He's provided, for the safety that He's provided, for every breath that He has provided, and for getting you through the day so that you can lay your head down and do it all over again so Father can get you through tomorrow. People don't even acknowledge that. And they're Christians. Or they say they are. But when people hate, it is what it is. They ain't a Christian. When they get jealous, they ain't a Christian. When they slander, they ain't a Christian. When they deny, they ain't a Christian. Just because Father ain't worked in your life like that doesn't mean He hasn't worked through my life like that. And He worked through my life like that so that you don't have to go through that. I can tell you all about prison. I can tell you all about jail. I can tell you all about these centers and all this stuff and how these people are so corrupt. Because I've been there. I've been there. I don't want you to go there because I've been there. We need to learn from other people's mistakes. We need to learn from other people's experiences, how Father has worked through their lives, and then you can understand how Father works through your life. And maybe He'll work through your life a little bit more since you have a better understanding. He's trying to teach you. You're just ignoring everything coming your way. Peace and love.